On this trip, we're headed down to northern Mexico at La Palmosa to hunt desert sheep and mule deer. The first time I went to La Palmosa was in 2019, where I had a chance to hunt sheep, and I fell in love with the area. The Espino family has done so much for the conservation efforts of the desert bighorn. In fact, in the early 1970s, there were no sheep left in the area, and they single-handedly brought them back to these mountains, and I believe the population now totals somewhere around 600 sheep.
We came back to La Palmosa again in January of 2022, and that time the sheep tag was in my pocket.
Wow, what a great one. Congratulations.
Fast forward to December of 2022, and we once again found ourselves in Coahuila State with desert bighorns on our mind.
He's smoked him. He's down. Good shot.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Wow.
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 Dang.
Come on.
535.
535.
Jeez.
After a full day of travel, we had finally made it to the Chihuahuan Desert.
Shortly after we arrived at La Palmosa, the first thing that we always do is make sure the rifles are on. So Savannah and I headed down to the range and took a little time to make sure that not only the gun was on, but also that we were on. Once we verified that the rifles were on and we were confident in our shooting ability, we headed back up for a nice dinner and a relaxing evening before the morning sun.
Having the opportunity to go down to La Palmosa and hunt mule deer while we were on my dad's desert sheep hunt was a once-in-a-lifetime situation. I had grown up hunting whitetail on the farm with my brothers and dad, but had never been on a hunt quite like this, so it was really something special for me. When we went out and we had the opportunity to kind of look around and start scoping things out, we had been looking for deer for a couple of hours and seen quite a few nice bucks on the land, but nothing had stood out yet in terms of a shooter. We had actually pulled over so that a couple people could relieve themselves, go to the restroom, myself included. And as I was walking back to the Jeep, I heard Emilio and my dad talking, and they sounded pretty excited. When I got back, they told me that there was a buck up ahead about 150, 200 yards that they thought was really nice. So they handed me the binoculars. I was really excited. I knew that this was a buck that we were going to want to try and get something done with. We got out. One helped me get set up with the shooting sticks, and it all just happened so fast. All of a sudden, we were there. I had the sights on him. I was looking over at my brother, and, I was a little nervous. I hadn't taken a shot that long in a while that wasn't just at a target. So we got set up, we waited for him to come through to a window where I had good sight on him and I could kind of get settled in.
Savannah stayed patient and waited for the right opportunity.
Can you see him there?
Good shot.
What?
Good shot.
Did I hit him?
He dropped.
Good God, you guys have me nervous.
As you can tell from my reaction, I wasn't quite sure at first. There was a little bit of kickback. A lot happened really quick, but watching it back, thinking back on that moment, it was really an exciting time. Walking up to that mule deer for the first time, man, it was something else. I can't even put into words how exciting it was to walk up and see him there, laying down in the desert in the beautiful scenery. It was really an incredible feeling, and to be able to share that with my brother and my dad, and to be able to go on this hunt with the guidance of Juan and David and Amelia was really something special that I'll cherish for a long time.
Well, we came out here to La Palmosa down in Mexico to hunt desert bighorn sheep. And today's day one of the sheep hunt. As you can see, we've had some success.
Awesome morning down here in Mexico at La Palmosa.
On day 2, we knew we were going to be targeting desert sheep and desert sheep only.
Look at the sheep straight up there. The ridge comes up about 80 yards below the ridge.
This one?
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, it's been a good morning so far. Beautiful weather that we're having. We drove for about 15 minutes or so and then spotted some sheep up on the side of that mountain. We pulled over and they were kind of scoping things out. Looks like there's a ram up there. So yeah, probably gonna make an approach.
After we got some glass on the sheep up on the mountainside, the big ram walked over the top of the ridge and out of sight. So Emilio and Juan came up with the plan that we were gonna head back the direction we came, a little over a mile, and try to access the ridge way up above where the ram was. It would then be a long hike down the ridge to get close to where the ram should be, and hopefully if all went well and the wind stayed true, we would be able to get within a few hundred yards of the ram. Now it was just going to be up to a quiet approach and the wind staying true. After a long stalk down the ridge line, we got to where we thought the ram should be. We crawled closer to the edge of the ridge and Juan was able to see the ram. The only issue was he was staring directly at us. It was time to make a move. Juan and I crawled to the edge of that ridge. It was maybe 7 or 8 yards to get to the edge, with every cactus and sticker poking into you. And then trying to get this gun set up was going to be task in and of itself.
With the ram locked in on our position, time was quickly running out. The feeling that you get when you first walk up to a bighorn ram is unlike anything else. The beautiful curl of the horns, the impressive amber-colored eyes, the crazy hooves, even the teeth. Everything about a ram is interesting and unique, from the way that they will crack heads with each other to the way that they will choose the deepest canyons and the highest peaks to call home. They truly are one of the coolest animals on the planet.
Well, it's a pretty incredible day. I don't know what more I can say. The scenery and the setting and where we're at right now with this magnificent ram, it's really a dream come true. I've been able to hunt him a few times and always come back to La Palmosa here in Mexico. And just words, you can't put into words what a wonderful experience it is, and it keeps you young. The first time I came here, I was a big fatty and suffered pretty bad and didn't want to go to my grave with that being my memory, and I just kept at it and hoping another opportunity would come. And since then I've been back a few times, and every time it's been better and more enjoyable. Emilio and the entire team here do a fantastic job, and like I said, it's just hard to find the words to explain such a fantastic experience. I was able to come out here today, actually the first day, sheep hunting on this trip, and take a fine, beautiful ram. My daughter Savannah yesterday took her first mule deer, and it was a beautiful animal. She made a great shot, and I made a pretty good shot too today. And just like I said, just can't put into words how wonderful it is. We've had Blaine there behind the camera, and Juan, Emilio, David, and Rafa, and everybody back at the camp just made the trip just totally fantastic.
Being able to spend the week down in Mexico hunting desert sheep and mule deer with my father and sister is something that I will hold on to for as long as I live.